Alright, it is time. It has been quite a while since I've been farming up for the Sorcerer Supreme. I have barely enough. Oh boy, it has been quite a difficult farm, I must say. But it has been just enough, and I will be getting my second tier 3 blast superhero. Here we go. Awesome. Doctor Strange unlocks the Eye of Agamotto, and he gains the ability Images of Icon. So this is the tier 3 skill of one Doctor Strange. He time freezes, stuns for 5 seconds, removes all buffs, 100% chance of missing an attack, incapacitation, paralysis, ignores immunity, because this is the important thing for World Boss and World Boss Ultimate. The decrease of all defense, ignores immunity, which is also very important. And then the invincible, increase all attack and increase damage for 2 attacks. So yeah. Now the most important thing about why this skill changes Doctor Strange is because, like other characters, his tier 3 skill charges up ridiculously fast. So now we are just going to hop into, I don't know, maybe a world boss. Let's just check it out. What's up for today? Ooh, amazing. We got Black Dwarf lined up for Doctor Strange. So I believe I gotta use Winter Soldier a few more times. So I'm just going to get I don't think I even need She-Hulk to do this. I could probably use Strange with his own lead. I think I can. Hang on, you know what? Let me just check what his stats turned into. Could be some differences. So his crit rate has gone up and maxed itself, which is very bad for us because we don't have any crit rate Uru on him. This one gives crit rate, but it's not that significant. Ignore defense, so I guess he just naturally has extremely high crit rate. It's just his gear. So that's great news for us, but he does need a lot of crit damage. So we'll probably be dropping him some crit damage, but let's just check his skills to make sure we don't mess anything up. This one gives 60% additional crit rate, which is absolutely useless since it's already maxed. This one gives ignore dodge. Nothing in particular that gives crit damage, so I believe we are safe to give him some crit damage. So let's just pop those there. I know they are not enhanced, but it's okay. It will still be significant. He does need, I think his ignore defense is very difficult to cap, but maybe with my cards I might be able to. So regardless, we are going good with whatever I've given him. We can give skill cooldown. I see a lot of players give skill cooldown, but I prefer if I can just combine this ignore defense and this crit damage with the crit damage or ignore defense Odin's Blessing, because you can use more than one that way. So it's okay, we'll just go with our subpar build, and I think this should be a wreck. Regardless, it's a very low stage. I'm sure a lot of you will be able to push higher. This is my first time getting Doctor Strange to tier 3, so it's going to be something special for me. So yeah, let's just get him something. What do you give? Attack speed crit. Let's see what he can get. Okay, I see this often, but I don't think it's very significant. Oh, Sorceress Supreme. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Time travelers, you allow him to do his fifth, huh? That's very interesting. Huh. I believe she's the only one that lets him do his fifth. Oh no, no, yeah, only um, what's her name? Only Morgan Le Fay allows him to do his fifth. Do any of your team ups give you the fifth? No, very interesting. So we're just gonna put the Morgan Le Fay to see what happens if I can get his fifth up with the co-op, because that would be indeed exciting. And let's get him. I think with his own leadership, he doesn't really need it. I could get him more. Okay, you know what? Let's just noodle this a little bit. Because I want to save my other leaderships for the other characters. 45. Yeah, we'll go with that. So let's see. Increased damage is fine. Mind control will be useful. Oh, I'm gonna have to change Cap's uniform so that he can do the ridiculous new all defense down. So now we pop the Cap and the weapon hacks in. The order does not really matter because the order in which they do their skill is random. I'm not going to use Lady Deadpool because I don't want to screw up the weapon hacks combo. Mind control is useful, Nasno and Sharon's just there for the increased damage. I could do the Silver Surfer Thanos because they give 12% increase, but since these two deal a lot of damage as well to Collapsidian, I'm going to go ahead with this. Right, so my first time using Doctor Strange tier 3, so it could go a little bit embarrassing, but I think I'm pretty confident considering it's a very straightforward rotation, and I have tried him out in the world event, I think. I like how he and Anti-Man both have the same colored capes, although the Cloak of Levitation is a whole other deal. So we're just gonna go 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4. Let's get the 4 up. Let's do the co-op into the tier 3. Once the images come, we're going to go into our 5th. And let's just do that. Gonna stay in that. Oh, okay. In a single rotation and a single chance to get my tier 3 skill up, it's the end of Black Dwarf. So, Collapsidian, adios. It is seriously incredible what he can do. The rewards aren't so much today, but that's okay. I've got a pretty badass tier 3 character. Now I'm really curious to know what he can do in stages of GBR and so on and so forth. So, yeah, I guess it's... Oh, okay, fine. So yeah, my second blast tier 3. I got 2 speed tier 3s already. And no, I do not regret tier 3ing Spider-Man. He is incredibly powerful in PvP, especially when there's no debuff removal. If there is debuff removal, he struggles. But he is still pretty scary in team battles, in 3v3s like Conquest and Tournament. But in 1v1s, it really depends because as you can see, I believe he has been banned once again. I have to check. Yeah, he's been banned once again, and so has Jean. So I guess people acknowledge his strengths to some extent because he's the only tier 3 you can see that has been banned in this list. Besides Ant-Man. Ant-Man's pretty strong as well, but Ant-Man's only got P value. I believe Spidey does have some PvE value, maybe not much, but he does clear Corvus ridiculously fast for me. And he can do Proxima, and he can do Thanos, although it's really difficult. But yeah, I don't regret, so 2 good speed tier 3s, I believe. 1 ridiculously powerful in PvE, 1 terrifying in PvP, but unfortunately the webbing is the one thing that doesn't last the debuff removal ability. And I've got 2 combats. Technically you are combat, just gonna switch him back whenever I'm not using him as a striker. So I've got one good combat. Second one is Colossus, who I cannot tier 3, so I'm working on Apocalypse, so I hope will be a good asset to me. As for the Universals, I got Thanos tier 3, who is the best, I feel, Universal tier 3 in the game by far. Only problem is that he sucks in PvE. He's a great PvP asset. Probably the best PvP character, even better than Jean Grey, I would say, because he is just a hulking tank. The only reason Jean is better is because, you know, she just revives. If she doesn't revive, then she wouldn't be. So yeah, Jean, yes, okay, Jean is the first, but uh, in terms of his skill and his rotation, Thanos is just way better overall, I feel. Um, and yeah, that's the gist of my roster. I got Silver Surfer as the second universal because once again Thanos drained everything out of my inventory. But I will be working on Thor tier 3 on top of going for Captain Marvel because I feel that I need a strong PvE universal. And while Silver Surfer is doing his best, I feel that Thor's damage is just going to be way better. But this is my PvP blast, so my PvE blast is now Doctor Strange. So it's looking pretty good for me, but I will be working on a speed kind of semi PvP PvE character, which will be my Deadpool, and that's gonna take a lot of time. But for now, I'm pretty set. Two, 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 and that's good for me to go. This is a milestone, so for all those of you who are struggling out there, I guess Marvel Future Fight is probably just a glorified collector's game. But yeah, have fun with it. Try to just grind your day in and day out routines, and maybe someday you will just be able to show off your cool toys, which is these characters. So I'm just gonna go back into Cull Obsidian. Maybe this time I'll try to clear it with the new cap. So see you guys next time. Adios.